Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back this time walking through the sales hiring assessment template that I use when hiring a sales team. One of the questions that I most often get is when you're hiring a sales rep, what are the qualities that you're looking for? And so I'm going to get into that today. I'm going to walk you through each one of these tabs. You can see that this is, we're on the example tab right now, but let me go through it step by step. Hopefully this is a bit shorter of a video because the template is fairly straightforward. And ultimately, you may actually want to include this, the content in here, in your hiring and recruiting platform instead of in a Google Sheet, but I'll let you decide that. So, first tab, we've got the instructions tab. We've got the sales hiring assessment template that is blank for you to personalize and customize for your particular business and the products that you're selling, the sales reps that you need to hire. And then an actual example that I populate, and we have a bonus go-to-market checklist in there that will point you to many additional resources that we offer. If you want to download this and personalize it for yourself, I've included a link in the description below. You can make a copy of this Google Sheet. I also would encourage you to join the Go-to-Market School, where you can access this template and then every other sales and marketing template that we offer. So, first tab is the instructions tab. I try to show you what's included and then how to use this template. Next is the blank template. And then third is the actual example, which I'll get into here. So if I zoom out, you can see the sort of broader view here. And I zoom in, you would put in the job that you're actually hiring for here, the date that it was last updated, and then the scoring scale. And so this would be used to profile all of the different enterprise AE candidates that you're taking through the process. So the scoring scale that we use is a simple 1, 2, or 3. We've tried scales on scale 1 to 10, and it's hard for people to determine what the difference is between, let's say, a 7 and an 8 versus a 3-point scale. When judging people on different criteria, 1 is easy to say, well, they're the worst that we've seen. 2 is average. 3 is high performer. And so then you can see this table is broken down into different stages. So the first stage is we do a phone and video screen. So this is actually what's not included on here is the actual resume screen and the LinkedIn profile screen, which a significant amount of screening. Let's say you get 1,000 applicants, you may screen that down to only 50 resumes that you take through this process. It all depends on how many positions that you're hiring for and how much interest you have at the top of the funnel. But so the first step where you're actually engaging with them is a phone or video screen. I prefer a video screen because let's say I do a 15 or 30 minute video screen call, I get to see and interact with that person. And you get a feel for folks and just how they react to your questions versus just hearing it over the phone. I know personally I'm much better over the phone when I'm not face to face with folks, and so I like to actually be able to see people when we're interviewing them. The second, so if you pass I'll start with the phone, the actual stages first, then I'll get into the criteria. The second is a written assessment. So for sales reps, a written assessment is key before we actually bring them in and see them in person. And this gives you the ability to measure their ability to basically follow instructions of whatever the assessment is, getting an understanding of their written communication, and then ultimately we use that for identifying whether they're coachable or not. So then we have the final interview in person, and they'll meet with me and they'll meet with a number of others. I've hired somewhere in the 20 to 30 sales reps range over the time I've been a VP of sales at our venture-backed B2B SaaS company. And so it took a little while to figure this whole process out, but this is how we do it today. Then there's a quantitative score, and then any shorthand notes that you took throughout the process, and then a recommendation to hire or not. So it's hire, strong hire, do not hire. And we have a general rule of like if anyone has a do not hire in there, then we don't hire them if they have very good reason to not hire them. So those are the different stages. Now, when you get into the quality, I learned we use this framework called the triple H's and then the triple C's. The triple H's stands for hungry, humble, and honest. And then the triple C's stand for coachable, curious, and competent. Those are not all updated in this example framework, but that's really those sort of 6 attributes are what we screen for. And so this is a way of doing it where you have the quality labeled here, and then you have the questions to ask to evaluate them against that. And so the coachability, for example, let's come down here. What's an example of something you improved upon based on feedback you received from your manager? You know what? I didn't include it in here. Coachability. Here it is. Sorry, I was looking for it. So we have them do the assessment. I then, when they come in person, I share feedback on that assessment. And then after they've heard that feedback, I ask them how they would do it differently based on that feedback. And it's a great way to see how did they listen to you, and then are they able to apply that feedback? And that's the goal of really all these questions to assess that quality or that attribute. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm not going to go through every one in detail, but then you indicate whether it's a 1, 2, or 3. And if everybody on the hiring committee has this, then you can compare notes with each other, and you get together at the end of the week and review who the top picks are and recommended hires. So this has saved us countless bad hires. Maybe not countless. There's probably a precise number of bad hires that saved us from, but all the people that we've interviewed that I might have made the mistake of hiring in the past, we've avoided hiring. And really over the last 5 years, I have not had any bad hires that did not work out where they were unable to achieve full productivity and be top producers for the business. So we've had a great track record over the past few years here. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, click a link in the description below to copy this template and use it for your own hiring process. I hope it brings you great fortune and helps you qualify the best sales reps out there for your business. If you found this valuable, check out the next video. I'm going to go into the new hire sales onboarding plan template, which walks you through exactly how we educate and onboard new sales reps. So I'll see you in the next video shortly.